Holly with Ivy Cool Creations, and today is Follow a Sketch February. So today is day 1, and this sketch was a lot of fun, and it was taken from Inspired Blueprints. And there are 4 photos, a journaling tag, a little bit of mixed media, title of course, and 3 cluster areas. So I went to town with my mixed media. I am using my Distress inks just because they were available and right beside me. And I used Mowed Lawn as the lighter green and my Rustic Wilderness as the darker green. These green pieces are just scrap. I definitely was pulling from my scrap bin because I just want to use it up. I did have to adjust my camera a little bit. It keeps getting knocked around somehow, and I don't know how, considering I'm the only one who's in here. So maybe the little holder piece is just getting a little loose, and I got to figure out a way to get it a little tighter. I just used some stamps to give it a bit more of a distressed look, and a bit more of area for a cluster. And then I decided I wanted to make my journaling tag, and then I realized that I wanted it to go in the other opposite direction. So I wanted my lines to be horizontal instead of vertical. And so I just took my stamp and stamped it on a tag horizontally instead of vertically. So you do get like a double line in the middle, but that doesn't matter to me. It was more like so that I could write on it straight instead of trying to make it look pretty. I used some twine and some raffia stuff to thread this tag, and I had to punch a bigger hole just because the hole was very small and I wanted it to be nice and thick. So I usually wrap up my string like 3 or 4 times so that you get a lot coming out of the tag top instead of just like 2 strings. Once I got my photos situated where I wanted them, I matted them on white and then had fun playing with them and trying to decide where I wanted to put them. This layout does call for just 4 photos, but I wanted 5 on here just because I wanted to state like why we were just hanging out on the balcony. So we decided to wrap the balcony in like mosquito netting in 2020 because there were so many wasps around, and it lasted like a whole 3 days, and then somebody in the building got jealous, and because there's, you know, building gossip politics or whatever, management got angry that we did that. Even though it was temporary and it could be taken down, no problem. They wouldn't let us leave it up. So they did nothing about the wasps either. So, yeah, we had to take it down. But it was good for the 3 days that we had it up. But I just used some little tickets and some film strips to create the other little cluster areas. I didn't do too much on this one. I really wanted the mixed media to pop and showcase itself. I did start using orange, and I used that because the title that I had said Good Times, and I wanted to use that, so I thought I'd bring in the orange somewhere else. Ever since I started doing the white with 1 challenges, I've been doing layouts with just like 1 or 2 colors. And it's been interesting just to see how I'm creating, because I don't notice how I'm creating. Like, I don't put conscious effort into it to be like, I'm only using 1 color unless I'm doing a white with 1 challenge. And so just watching back and looking back at my layouts, I've noticed that I've kind of pigeonholed myself into these single colored layouts. So to pull out more of the orange, or pull in more of the orange, I just used my Campfire orange Distress ink to ink up these Vicky Bouton chipboard stars because they're the perfect color. And I love the way that they turned out. I didn't want them to be super fancy or anything. And then I just did a really thick inked up doodling border, added some little hatches, and that's about it for this one. I added my journaling and outlined my tag just to give it a bit more definition, and also some hatches so that it kind of matched. And that's about it. So please don't forget to check the description box below for the playlist for everyone who's playing along with Follow a Sketch February, hosted by Sandie, who is State Goddess here on YouTube. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today.